Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. I'm at Terminal 4 and today I'm going to be flying Rex or Regional Express aboard a Saab 340 from here in Melbourne up to Merimbula on the south coast of New South Wales. Anyways, just parked the car up here at Melbourne Airport T4 car park, and now let's go inside the building and check in. Okay, so now here in the terminal you have a couple spots where you can get checked in at a counter. But Rex do now have a good few self-checking kiosks as well as self-bag drop. So anyways, let's go and check in. And these do appear to be very responsive. Okay, so got my boarding pass. It's very quick and responsive. So now they have this. Let's go and drop the bags, or one bag, and then go through security, which is just up this way. Okay, so bags checked in. Now let's head up these escalators through security. It's relatively busy here at Melbourne Airport, but nothing crazy. Okay, so here's security. Not too long of a line, which is good. Okay, so security done. It wasn't the quickest it's ever been here, but it's pretty quick since it is very automated. Also, though, the security staff weren't the nicest. Also weren't rude, but yeah. Anyways, through security here, have about half an hour until boarding. So now let's get something to eat. Just sitting here at a bench, having overflowing boost juice, which they definitely put way too much in. Also just going to get a muffin from Muffin Break here, which I have a feeling actually might be new. Okay, so now it's about boarding time. However, we probably won't board for another 5 minutes or so. Never been down here before, but this would appear to be the Rex gates or the bus gate. So yeah, let's head down here and await boarding. Also, about that muffin break being new, it's not new. It's like 6 years old, but I have a feeling it was just closed for a while during COVID. Or I just didn't see it the last 5 times I've come here. Now time for boarding. Also, that's the Rex Lounge, which you have access to if you're flying in business class. I think if you buy the highest tier of economy, or if you have bought a Rex Lounge membership, which is like $300 a year. Yeah. Okay, now time to board through a bus. I might not be able to tell you guys information about our plane until we're actually on it, because I have no idea what it is. Today's plane is VH-ZXK. It's a 1997 built Saab 340B. It was delivered brand new to Saab Airlines, which was, I believe, subleased or something like that from Northwest Airlines. It's then been through a number of airlines, including airlines like Silver Airways, before coming here to Rex.
Traffic 1 thing. By the window, read the briefing card. Any bag, just place it on your lap.
Hi,
Good morning. 9A on the single.
welcome to the Rex Saab 340. This, I believe, is a refurbished cabin, which they started doing a year or two ago. My seat for today is 9A. In aviation terms, left-hand side, but when boarding from the front, right-hand side. And this is the view of the wing, which is pretty good. Now that I'm on board here with my
Morning,
seatbelt.
ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Chris Marr speaking. Do apologise for the delay. We've just got one passenger who got sent to the wrong terminal for a transfer. Expected flight time across to Merimbula is 51 minutes. Once we've got this final passenger on board and start up, we'll be on our way, expecting smooth conditions for the majority of the flight and just a few rain showers into Merimbula. Thanks for choosing Fly with Rex, and I'll talk to you soon.
So now that I'm on board with my seatbelt fastened, let's go through the seat features of this aircraft. So here's the tray table, which is, you can pull it down easily. It's a very nice size, especially for a small plane like this. But it is in a fixed position. And then legroom on here is just standard, I would say pretty good.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Rex, it is my pleasure to welcome you on board Flight 3464 to Merimbula. My name is Olivia, and today your flight is under the command of Captain Christian Marsh, and your first officer is DJ. Charlie will be walking through the cabin to ensure your hand luggage is securely stowed, either in the overhead lockers or for heavier items stored at the seat in front of you.
So yeah, legroom for a plane of this size is pretty good, pretty standard though also. Then you have a seat back pocket, which has a safety card, sick bag and magazine. And then on the side here you just have these armrests, which are fine. And the actual seat is, it's comfy, but it is a little bit hard. It's not a whole lot of padding, but it's definitely fine. Still probably above average for a plane like this. And yeah, for a flight of this size, I think it's pretty good. But that's about it for the seat features of this aircraft. And obviously overhead air vents.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome back our frequent travellers and a warm welcome for those passengers travelling with Rex for the first time. May I have your full attention as I demonstrate the safety features of the Saab 340 aircraft, and please pause all electronic devices during this announcement. It is a requirement to follow crew instructions at all times. Please observe the fasten seatbelts, no smoking signs. Government regulations prohibit smoking on all domestic flights. This includes electronic cigarettes. As a matter of precaution, a smoke detector has been fitted in the toilet. Operate automatically in the water. Life jackets are not to be inflated until you're outside the aircraft. Infant spare adult life jackets are carried on board, which I will distribute if required. Inside your seat pocket, you'll find the cabin safety information card, which shows the brace position and other important information on what to do in the unlikely event of an emergency. Please read it carefully before you take off, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Thank you for your attention, and please enjoy your flight.
believe we've just made it to runway 27 and we should be taking off any moment now. Okay, now the plane's landed and it's just about to get off the runway. Now time for takeoff. Still climbing to cruising altitude, but the very friendly cabin crew have come around and gave us our refreshment service. So I got a tea, which they'll bring over in a moment. They had coffee and water as well. I also got a water. And then we have the People's Mix, pretzels, choc sultanas and soy crisps, which I'll let you know how they are in a minute. There we go. All opened, and so that this is pretty much just what's in there, standard sort of stuff, but tasty. All in all, I think that for a flight of this length, of 55 to an hour flight on a little prop, I think this is really good. Thank you.
Up on the tray.
Thank you very much.
More milk or sugar?
No, thank you. Now I've got my cup of tea. Also, this is pretty good. However, it's about 90% pretzels and the choc sultanas and soy crisps. There's like 4 soy crisps and like 4 choc sultanas. Okay, so we're already past halfway through the flight. The cabin crew, or the only cabin crew, she's really friendly and offered us seconds for drinks, which I thought was really nice, and also has already come around for rubbish, even though I'm pretty sure she'll come around later. So far, so good.
5 minutes past the hour, 20 minutes out of schedule, since we've got a 120 kilometre tailwind behind us. Weather down there is very light west-southwesterly breeze, 14 degrees and some scattered cloud. On behalf of ourselves and Livia down the back, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Rex and hope you have a great weekend.
So we have now started our descent into Merimbula Regional Airport in New South Wales. The friendly cabin crew did come around a second time to collect rubbish. The captain has also kept us well informed. couldn't make out whether he said 120 kilometers per hour of tailwind or just 20. A lot of turbulence here, actually. Goodness me. Just a moment. That wasn't particularly comfortable. Still going. But yeah, so based off this, maybe it is 120 kilometers of tailwind, otherwise 20. Anyways, let's hope that turbulence has not stopped. I'm just going to stop talking for the moment because it's going to be a bit hard to talk during this turbulence. Anyways, should be landing shortly.
As you have noticed that we're experiencing some turbulence. The weather patterns from the mountain ranges does change the weather up here for us, so please just make sure that you remain seated with your seatbelts firmly fastened until we arrive at the bay.
The pilot is trying to maneuver in between the clouds, which is obviously smart because that avoids turbulence, or avoids major turbulence. Obviously only so much you can avoid, however I would like to say that I can tell the pilot's trying really hard to keep us out of the clouds. Okay, so I think pretty much now we have started our approach into Merimbula. I think we're just going to turn around and land on the other side of the runway. Looks like such beautiful waters and rivers here in Merimbula. Really nice down there. Also looks like we're going to have a pretty sharp turn, or relatively sharp turn here into Merimbula. Probably one of the most beautiful approaches I've had in Australia. airport has also recently undergone some runway works. In fact, this trip did have to be suspended due to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Merimbula. Please remain seated with your seatbelts firmly fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. All electronic devices, including mobile phones, must remain in flight mode and must not be used whilst disembarking the aircraft. Thank you, and please enjoy the remainder of your Saturday.
So the actual airport terminal did undergo a renovation 3 years ago, I think now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Okay, so welcome to Merimbula Airport. It's looking nice and modern in here. Yellow is definitely an interesting colour choice though. Anyways, I think it's now time for me to conclude today's trip report. Well, at the terminal, I must say the airport staff weren't the most friendly I've ever seen, but they were also fine. The airport was really good, heaps of food options and practically all of them are open. And then boarding that was a fine process, that's all good there. The cabin crew and the pilots on the plane were really, really friendly, which is great. And yeah, and then service on board, it's definitely good. You know, considering you do pay a fair bit, you probably would expect it, but it's really good nonetheless. And yeah, turbulence was annoying, but the pilot did as much as he could about that. So anyways, my conclusion would be, it was a really good flight, particularly when we were actually on the plane. The crew, the pilots, everything was really good on there. And it's actually not too noisy, which is great. Obviously noisier than a 737, but not too much. So yeah, the verdict is, Rex is definitely a really good option. Their only competitor is Qantas, and I'm flying them soon, so I'll let you know what that's like. But from past experiences with Qantas, I would say considering you have to pay $30 to $50 more, Rex is probably the better option. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. A like and subscription if you enjoy would be much appreciated, but of course you don't have to, they're completely optional. And yeah, check out my community page for polls and website for information on upcoming flights and more. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video.